because I have a brain. Tom Brady. He got upset because we were talking about baseball. I know.
Playoffs? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
We care. No, I care. I care.
I know Darren Drager. He's my friend.
Oh my God! Why is it not recording anymore?
Let them destroy.
Alright, so we're doing our little podcast of 2 bottles. What was it called again?
Sports Life in 2 bottles?
Sports Life in 2 bottles. There we go. Alright, but this time we're doing...
we're going to prep.
We're going to have a theme.
I thought we were going to prep.
The prep is now. It's live. Prep is live. Live prep. But theme is fantasy sports and DraftKings in particular because you could make money.
Money's good.
Yeah. And we're sponsored today by Blue Moon, Pumpkin Ale.
And I got Sam Adams in here too.
Oh, Sam Adams is participating as well. It's quality beer. Quality beer.
The reason why I got Blue Moon is because it's twist cap.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Every beer should... Why don't they all have twist caps? Like, I understand the cool, old beer, like, staple thing, but just freaking be twist off already.
Something has to do with the carbonation. Yeah, I couldn't keep it straight.
Yeah, no, it's a seriously question. It's like, why? Just do it. Just do it. We're in technology world. All right, so hockey is going to start soon. So we're going to be doing DraftKings for hockey. Every week, since hockey is every day, and we're doing only one podcast a week, how do we pick like the best matchup and pick those teams for the week?
For what? Football?
For hockey.
Oh.
Because it's every day. Hockey's going to be every day.
Yeah. So, best matchup for the day.
For the week.
For the week.
All right, so we'll pick the best bet to win
every week.
For that week.
Yeah.
Okay. Because sometimes they'll have only like 3 or 4 games, and I feel like that's your best chance to win. When they have those 3 or 4 games.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Because when you have 3 or 4 games, you could kind of eliminate that luck factor. The luck factor of having some guy like Cal Clutterbuck get a hat trick, you know what I mean, against the Penguins. That's the kind of, not that has happened, but, you know.
Or will ever happen.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, eliminating that crazy factor. And then some guy who's never even, just like an Islander fan, will pick him, and then all of a sudden he's winning.
And you lose.
Yeah, and you lose because Cal Clutterbuck decides to go...
Insane.
I know. Captain Insano. But Mama said... So, but right now we're still doing football only. So
for this week. For
this week, we're doing football. We're going to try to hold this to 30 minutes, but so we're 3 minutes in. All right, so you're going to help me pick a team because I don't know anything about football.
Right. So, why don't we pick 3 players from each position?
Okay.
One being a high-priced player, a mid-priced player,
okay,
and then a low-priced player. Now, obviously, the high-priced player, you're going to get the best bang for the buck. They're going to be the top-notch.
Yeah, basically, you're guaranteed performance. This is why they cost a lot of money, because you know that they're going to be performing this week.
But everyone's different, wants different combos. So we'll pick 3 players from each position at different pricing so they can make their own lineup based off that.
Right.
You have to fit it in your $50K cap.
That's it. So, yeah, 3 type of players in each category. All right, so just to define what we mean by high, medium, and low buys, the high buys are anyone above 7,500, and the mediums are from 7,500 to 6K, and 6K and lower will be the low buys. Okay, and we'll start with the quarterbacks this week. Obviously, we're watching some Thursday night football, so Thursday games is out.
They're out of all these. These are Sunday only matchups with Monday night as the last game.
Monday night's last game. Okay. So we got, for quarterbacks, the high price at $9,300, we got Drew Brees.
Going against Dallas, weak secondary.
Yep.
And it's going to be definitely a big shootout over there in Dallas. So this will be a lot of passing from both teams, but I think Drew will definitely come out on top.
Drew does his Drew.
So he'd probably throw for 350 plus.
But he could run some in too, right? He could run some in.
I don't think Drew's running anything.
No?
But he's going to have a huge game. It's weak secondary. This guy's going to have at least 350 plus, maybe 3 TDs.
Nice.
So, that's solid numbers.
Solid. All right, so now the mid-tier that we have here, we got Phillip Rivers versus Jacksonville.
Jacksonville just gave up last week probably one of the biggest fantasy performances this year to Andrew Luck. So... 4 touchdowns.
Andrew Luck was
300 plus yards passing.
Num.
So yeah, num. And Phillip Rivers and that offense loves to pass the ball, loves to do little short passes, whatnot. So it's gonna be a huge game for him getting open against some of the worst defense I've ever seen compiled.
Well, he's at 7,700, so he makes the cut for.
He's a mid-tier. He's good to start off a good nucleus.
Good bang for your buck. All right, so the third pick at the low tier is at 5,700.
It's a total gamble with him, but he's high reward, high risk. So you got Teddy Bridgewater going against the Atlanta Falcons, the rookie quarterback out of Minnesota. You know, the good thing about that Minnesota playbook is they do a lot of short passes, a lot of run. So not really going to put him at risk that much. But they do have some explosive wide receivers on the side with Mr. Greg Jennings and Mr. Cordell Patterson.
Nice.
Cordell Patterson. So, you know, he has the tools around him to have a big game. Plus, pretty decent backup running back playing for Adrian Peterson while he settles his league.
Yeah, well, he deals with that, that being a stupid individual.
So if they play that playbook right and get him a little couple short passes here, build up his confidence, he'll have a big game. And when he took over last week, he actually didn't play that bad. So I expect he'll have a good game. He has the ability to take off and run. He'll be all right.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, it's a quarterback for 5,700, so you got it.
He's going to be a good price.
Dark horse.
You get what you pay for.
He's a dark horse. All right. So those are the quarterbacks. Now we're moving on to running backs. We're starting off here with the high end, 8,300, and that's DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray, the Dallas running back. Dallas is committed to running the ball more to try to protect Mr. Romo.
Roma!
So there's no better team to really run against. With you going against New Orleans, they're kind of weak. They give up a lot of running. So, and DeMarco's got that explosive speed. He'll run up the middle. He's got that power. So he'll have a good game. He'll rush for over 100 yards, maybe 2 TDs. He'll have a good game.
So,
and, he also runs that little threat of being able to take that little pass to the side and go 20, 30 yards. So he'll have a great game. He'll be solid. Solid numbers. $8,300. Well worth. Well spent.
Yeah. All right, so it's 7,400 in mid-tier. Coming in, just making it, by the way. Le'Veon Bell versus Tampa Bay.
Good old Le'Veon Bell. Pittsburgh, top rushing team in the league behind the Jets. And that's not going to change. They're going to continue running the ball. He's a phenomenal running back in this league. He'll probably end up leading the league in rushing this year if he keeps it up. But he's got skill to get out of that backfield, make a couple of catches, and he's got that
unlike Cruz right now, who dropped another ball.
But he's got the speed and explosiveness to really take off and have a great game against Tampa Bay, who on the other side has a rookie quarterback manning their offense. So I see a lot of running with Pittsburgh getting up early and trying to control the clock. So he's just going to have a phenomenal game.
Phenomenal. All right, so you picked another mid-tier here. And another mid-tier was Lamar Miller. At 6,200.
6,200.
Versus Oakland.
Right. So, so many injuries in Miami to the running backs. He's a starting running back. And going against Oakland, which is the worst run defense in the whole entire league, he'll have a great game.
The worst.
So And, Ryan Tannehill hasn't really had a great season passing the ball, so I think Miami will be wise to just continue running. And so he'll have his fair share of carries to make it.
Well, they're going to be probably winning.
They'll win.
So they'll probably keep giving the ball to the running back.
Yeah,
more than less.
He'll have his same, pretty similar to Le'Veon Bell. He'll have his fair chances to run the ball, and he could pop out and catch a couple passes, and for PPR format, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, and he's 6,200, which is a pretty good bargain.
Yeah, for someone that's gonna probably rush the ball at least 25 times this game. So last week he ran for 108 on 15 carries, and he had 5 targets, 4 catches. So, he's going to be using that offense, especially with Ryan Tannehill kind of having a rocky start. They're not going to go with that deep ball or try to go too much passing. Try to protect him, build his confidence. They'll go to the ground game.
That's it.
And Lamar will
deliver. All right, so next we got at 5,400. This is the low buy. The low buy is a Donald Brown.
Donald Brown coming from San Diego. Same thing, you got
Jacksonville again.
Versus Jacksonville.
We're picking on Jacksonville.
That is the worst defense compiled in human history. But you got injuries to Danny Woodhead and Ryan Matthews, so you're gonna have Donald Brown getting his fair share of chances. So same thing. They're going to get up early on them, and they're going to run that ball to control the clock, and Donald Brown's going to be that guy that's going to get those handoffs.
All right. Well, he's, 5,400. It's a good buy. I mean, all right. So, moving on to wide receivers, and
I personally put Donald Brown on my team.
All right. So, Donald Brown is your personal pick. All right. What about the QBs? Who did you go with?
My QB?
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 teams.
Okay. Well, one of them.
I went with Drew Brees, and I went with Phillip Rivers.
Okay, so you doubled down.
I doubled down.
Double down. All right. Oh, okay.
I invested my own money. That's how strongly I believe in these picks.
Okay, so, and now, all right, so we got wide receivers now, and the wide receivers are, and, sorry, I'm getting distracted by this football game because the Giants have the Redskins pinned down here. And let's see what they do. It's the third.
No, it's first down.
It's first down, but they're in the.
Look at this guy, Captain Kirk. Bye bye RG3.
He was whoever picked him last week.
I know. I saw everyone that won ahead of me.
Yeah. So
small move.
He's the Cal Clutterberg.
I still won 100.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, like, if you picked him, what was he? He was cheap and he delivered 4 touchdowns, I believe.
Yeah, and like 400 yards passing.
Ooh. Cousins!
Yeah, Kirk pretty much got RG3's season total in one game.
Yeah.
But wide receiver.
Wide receivers. Okay, we're going to go with the high-end pick at 7,900, Mr. Des Bryant.
Dez, we all know that offense goes to Dez in big games. So, big game against the Saints. Both teams kind of struggling out the gate. Dez is going to have an explosive game. He's definitely going to go with at least 8 to 9 catches. Guaranteed over 100 yards.
Yeah, and it is like watching a couple of like highlights. Dez seems really fired up this season.
It's a contract year for Dez, so this year is what determines whether Dez gets big money.
And you know he wants big money.
Yeah, he wants big money. So he's playing with a shoulder injury. But he's played for the last 2 weeks with that same shoulder injury, and he's pulled up great numbers. So he's got time for that shoulder to heal. He's going to have a humongous game. And you know what? Like I said, that game's going to be a shootout between those two. It's going to be a lot of passing, and it's going to be a lot of running. So that game's going to be like a 30-30. It's going to be over 60.
Don't pick both of those defenses. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, stay away from those defenses.
All right, so next, the mid-tier pick, we got...
It's Julian Edelman. Yeah, there's really no one else that Tom Brady trusts on that offense, so he'll continue to get the targets, and he's averaging pretty good numbers as far as catches. So he'll get around 8 catches in this game.
Well, the problem with Julian though is when they get to the red zone, you think they'll prefer. Does Gronk steal?
When they're in the red zone, they'll go to someone like Gronk, but. he'll get those points by the amount of catches. So
And the yards, right?
last week he was targeted 13 times. He made 10 catches. So just right there, you got 10 points.
Right.
So he's guaranteed to get those targets. He's the most targeted Patriot all year by far. And he's really the only one that Tom Brady seems to trust, so he'll continue getting targets. And, as far as the red zone, he has one touchdown already this season, so, he has the speed and the potential to kind of break out and maybe get one. But, your points you really got to get for him is all those catches, and, he'll get the yardage too.
Yeah, well, whenever you're a high target, you have increased your chances of getting touchdowns.
5-yard slant, baby.
5-yard slant, the good old Madden play. All right, then the low end we got Stephen Smith going West Carolina at 5,600.
Yeah, 5,600. Steve Smith Senior. He wants to be called Senior now.
Senior, sorry.
I don't know who the hell. I don't know where Junior is, but he wants to be called Senior. But it's Baltimore against Carolina. Steve Smith has been pretty much the number one guy out there for Baltimore, and going against his old team, he's going to be fired up. So, I expect a huge game out of Steve Smith just to kind of give, Carolina a big FU.
Yeah, this is what you get.
And let him know what they kind of missed out on by not re-signing him and not giving him the money he wanted. So, for 5,600, he's worth the gamble.
Yeah.
He's another guy that I personally put on my squad because I think he's going to go out there and just be like, hey.
Remember me?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's pretty good. For 5,600, seems like a pretty good deal.
He's a good deal. Good bang for the buck. He'll fit in the most cap system. And you know what? That gives you the ability to go with a high-end quarterback like Drew Brees.
There you go. All right, now we got tight ends. Tight ends, high end. We got Jimmy Graham versus Dallas.
Mr. Jimmy Graham.
7,500.
Yeah, he's
That's pretty pricey for a tight end.
He's well worth it. He's going to get the most targets. He's going to get the most catches. He's going to get the most yards in that game for New Orleans.
And probably touchdowns.
He's going to get touchdowns. We all know he's Drew Brees' favorite target in the red zone. He's a big body, and he stacks up well against the Dallas defense. This guy's going to have a monster game, like he should, and like he usually does. He's a beast.
Yep. And speaking of favorite targets, at mid-range, I'm surprised he's so cheap. We got Rob Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski, 5,700. Another guy that's well worth it, coming off an injury, kind of getting worked back into that offense. But he got his fair share of targets last week as well, and he was out on the field for a pretty good amount of time. 42 of the 73 snaps on offense.
And he's favorite target in the end zone.
Yeah, so he's got his 2 TDs of the year. He's got a good...
he's warming up.
He's warming up. He's warming up, and he's going to come back. He's getting healthier every week. So, 5,700, there's not really many tight ends out there priced at that point that you would even go with to have a good game.
Now, would you pick up... do you go with Julian Edelman and Gron? Because against Kansas City, both of them. Yeah, because
you can go with Julian and Gronk.
Yeah, because you got to think who would out of them would get the most touches in the end zone. You know what I mean?
Well, in the end zone, it's going to be Gronk.
Yeah.
But for the game, it's going to be Julian because he's going to be out there the most, and he's going to be the targeted the most. So,
but do you prefer picking you don't mind picking the same tight end and wide receiver from the same team?
Yeah, because I know that team's gonna throw the ball to those two guys.
Gotcha.
Brady doesn't really have good chemistry with the other tight ends. They're still young. They were rookies last year on that offense, and the sophomores this year. But there's no one else on that offense that really is explosive and steal the show. Not that these two guys are. Well, Gronk has the ability to be explosive, but these guys are solid guys. They have chemistry with Tom Brady. Tom trusts them and understands that they're going to run the routes where they're going to be, and that's the guys that are going to get the targets.
I still think that I think that I think Gron is going to have a good game.
Yeah, he's getting healthier. He'll have a strong effort out there.
Yeah. All right. So at tight ends, at our cheap point buy, we got 4,400, which is really cheap. Antonio Gates.
Old reliable. Once again, going against a weak defense in the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's one of Philip Rivers' favorite targets. Big body. Get down to the red zone. The guy's gotta get the ball. So, he's still got a little bit of juice in the tank. So,
well, he's a big.
He had a bad week last week. Only 1 catch for 8 yards. So I expect him to bounce back. And, have
who did they play last week?
Buffalo.
Oh, all right.
A lot better defense in Buffalo than in Jacksonville.
Yeah, of course. All right, well, the Giants scored. But a little turnover by Cousins. Fumbled. And Eli made him pay. All right, so now we're getting to our defense. Now, for defense, we're just going to give you 2 picks. We're not going to go high, low, buy. We're going to give you 2 picks. And the defense that you're choosing here is Chargers versus Jacksonville.
Yeah, I would always suggest you pick the team that's playing Jacksonville every time. You got Blake Bortles taking over as quarterback over there. Rookie QB, weak offensive line. They're going to get the sacks. They're going to put the pressure on.
And it's 3,100.
They're 3,100. They're going to force him to make mistakes. Definitely all the way.
Maybe pick 6?
Go with, why not? He's going to throw. Blake Bortles will probably throw anywhere from 2 to 4 interceptions this game. And it's that offensive line is horrendous. So they're not going to get the protection that they need on him. And it's pretty much a no-brainer. You don't protect your quarterback.
Turnovers.
You're gonna get turnovers. So we'll see what happens. They're not gonna run the ball. They're not gonna be able to do anything. San Diego's gonna shut them down.
All right. Well, that's
we saw what the Colts did to them, and Colts doesn't have a great defense.
It was abuse.
So, San Diego has a pretty decent defense, so it'll be destruction.
All right. Well, followed by destructions. 2,900. You got Steelers versus Tampa Bay.
Not Steelers. Oh yeah, Steelers versus Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay, rookie QB, Doug Martin coming back from a banged-up injury, a couple offensive linemen hurt. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long day for Tampa Bay.
There's not going to be many cannons fired, right?
Yeah, no cannons fired. The rookie QB actually played pretty well when he came out against Atlanta, but I think they kind of eased off from him a little bit because they were winning 50-0. But he's gonna have a rough game. Pittsburgh has some big boys up there. We saw what they did on Sunday this week against
and they use Head and Shoulders,
and they have no dandruff.
No dandruff.
No, I use Head and Shoulders just like Troy. But Pittsburgh just played Carolina, a very good team, very strong running team, and they destroyed them defensively. So against the rookie QB, who has a banged-up running back behind him, and then the backup running back that has a fumbling problem, it's going to be a long, long day for Tampa Bay fans.
Yep.
And I think they're good value.
2,900. But, between Chargers, Steelers, 3,100.
I would say go Chargers all the way for the 3,100. But if you need to shed that $200 to afford someone else, you go with the Steelers.
Yeah. All right, so for a flex position, you're, if you got spare for 4,700, you're recommending Golden Tate.
Golden Tate, Detroit Lions wide receiver. Calvin Johnson's banged up. They're playing the Jets secondary that is pretty horrendous.
Poopy.
It hurts my feelings to say that as a Jet fan, but you know what? The Jets defense has got great pass rush, and they'll get in there and they'll disrupt the running game of the Detroit Lions. So the Detroit Lions got to take to the air. They know that's the Jets' weakness, and that's their strength. With Calvin Johnson being banged up, Golden Tate's going to be that targeted guy. Calvin Johnson may not even play this game.
Yeah.
So it would be Golden Tate's show. So for 47,
4,700,
he's a no-brainer. He's going to get a huge amount of targets. He's got the speed, and he played fantastic in Seattle when he was there. So he's got the speed, he's got the explosiveness. I think with Calvin Johnson being a little bit banged up, they'll probably go to Golden Tate a lot more. And if Calvin Johnson doesn't even play, that's a slam dunk. Golden Tate all the way for 4,700. He's gonna catch the ball and have a huge game against that secondary.
Yeah.
We saw what Jordy Nelson did, and Alshon Jeffrey did. So, any big time wide receiver or
against the Jets,
an explosive wide receiver against the Jets, It's gonna be a long day.
Well, yeah, it's a last week. The Jets. Oh my God, I jinxed them probably.
You did. You did.
I got excited. They were up by what, 2 touchdowns, and it was like the end of second quarter. I was like, is this real life? Are we going to be rewarded as a Jets fan finally to see? And then
That was 2 weeks
and then
ago.
the Jets and Jets.
And the Jets became the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Jets' defense is gonna have to get to
Geno
Matt
Smith
Stafford,
sucks.
and he doesn't suck.
Geno sucks. I'm sorry. We
He's a
need
good-
Matt Sims.
No, stop.
Matt Sims. Hashtag
No.
Matt Sims.
Geno
All right.
is the best option for that offense right now. I don't think if Michael Vick was in there, they'd be doing any better. If anything, that guy holds the ball like a loaf of bread. Fumble City over there.
Yeah, but he could be cool if he runs around a little bit. Give that third dimension to the offense.
Yeah, then he'll get hurt, and
then you put Geno back in.
back in.
Yeah.
An unconfident, feelings hurt Geno.
All right,
You don't
tell
do
him to
that.
grow up. Feelings hurt.
You don't do it.
Geno, he has a problem with accuracy.
He's young.
He's young.
It's only second year in the league. He's not gonna be,
Why can't he throw for 400 yards like Cousins?
He threw 350.
That's
last
not
week.
no 4 touchdowns.
Well, he was short on the 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But there you go. There's the rushing leaders entering week 4. DeMarco Murray's number 1. Le'Veon Bell's number 2. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Le'Veon Bell's definitely going to edge out DeMarco. Only because I picked DeMarco 2 years ago in fantasy and he fucked me.
Well, it's like picking Romo. He will find a way.
To make you cry.
Yeah.
Even if Romo was going against Jacksonville, I wouldn't pick him. Because
He would
he'll
throw the-
still find a way to throw 4 interceptions in that game.
Yeah, like when you're like, all right, Tony Romo's gonna lose this game. He'll like win the game, but when you're like, all right, Tony Romo is gonna be good this week and he's gonna win the game,
And he'll have the worst. But let's look at who did they play the last week. Where he threw 2 interceptions. Oh, the Rams.
the Rams,
The Rams.
goddamn Rams,
Rams have the worst offense I could imagine right now.
and the defense, the Rams defense, they made up for it with the pick 6.
Yeah,
but they still give up
their
a
defense.
tons of-
Their defense is good, but I mean, God damn it, Romo!
Don't make
You
it
had
easy.
one job. Okay, you had one job.
No, but-
the worst part is I picked the Cowboys defense, and then the Rams defense is scoring touchdowns and going against the Cowboy defense. God damn it!
Yeah, that was not good.
So the Rams offense can't score, but the Rams defense is scoring. Romo. That's another reason why you got to pick Drew Brees. Because if the Rams could do what the Rams did with nobody, imagine what Drew Brees could do with that explosive team.
Yeah, and then hopefully Romo throws an interception, and
It's more like when Romo throws an interception. Okay, it's gonna happen. He's gonna throw 2 interceptions.
You know what's funny about Romo? Romo will always be the Cinderella. You know what I mean? Well, not the Cinderella, but
He'll always be the bridesmaid, never
yeah,
the bride.
bridesmaid. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, because he will always show you like, look how awesome I am, and look how good this team is playing, and then he'll
Look how
find a
good
way.
I could be.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he just doesn't be it
No.
all the time.
Yeah, I would compare him in like hockey too.
I don't
Maybe
even know
Gaborik.
why they make him throw the ball so much when they have DeMarco Murray in the back who could just fucking run.
Run, Forrest.
Run.
Run.
Run. And then you got Des Bryant. Guy is a beast. Just throw it in the air. He's gonna catch the ball. He's humongous. He's speed.
And they
he's
have that good
gifted.
tight end.
Yeah, you got Jason Witten.
Yeah.
He's another guy that's just gonna just throw the ball to him. Let him run.
He's freaking big.
But no, Romo's got to go and try to squeeze into triple coverage. Goddamn idiot.
He's a cowboy. He's slinging balls out there.
He's got a broken back. I'll give it that much. The guy plays through everything. He's got like a broken back. There he is. He's gonna have a good week this week.
Yeah.
See, they have commercials about him.
Little NFL preview. All right, so now just quickly going over about DraftKings. I mean, we don't want to make the show 100% about DraftKings, but this week it has to be because we don't have hockey and it's kind of Thursday, so we have to get it in there. But what do you suggest to play as far as money's concerned? Like, I prefer the $2 ones, baby ones, because I'm a little bitch.
I go with the $27 one.
The best value?
Best value. You can win. It's a good value. Look, you risk $27.
Right.
And
as long as you finish
in the 15,500 class, you win. Oh wait, no, is that the $1 million one? No, that's the $1 million one.
Which one is?
Yeah, the top one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
as long as you finish 8,500, you win $50.
So you just have to finish top.
You just have to literally not suck and listen to our advice, and
you get
you'll
$50.
get $50. That's not a guarantee, though. So don't call your lawyers.
Yeah, allegedly.
But look at this. Look at what this. You finish anywhere between 51st and 65th. You win $600.
Yeah.
You finish first, you win $100,000.
Yeah, and then you retire.
I don't know about retiring, but
you go on a long vacation.
You go on a nice vacation to Europe and you make bad decisions.
There you go. Live a little. Or you reinvest the money back into DraftKings and then keep winning more and more.
Right. Like, FanDuel has that guy, Chris Prince, who won 200 whatever 1,000.
Yeah. Well,
who's going to be DraftKings? Chris Prince.
I just went to a wedding with the guy who won $150,000 with 3 other friends in golf. I mean, golf is over, I think, right? Or
they got the Ryder Cup on Friday.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I don't know if DraftKings is going to do anything on the Ryder Cup because it's head to head. It's like head to head.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So listen, you got to live the dream. Got to be in it to win it, baby.
You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Which, and you got to keep playing this because you don't know how long this stuff will stay open.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I played. Yeah, that's true. I played. The first week I won 130. The first week my team did horrendous. But
thanks for being honest.
Yeah. The second week I played one team. At $27, and I won. Actually, no, it was 2 teams. I played a $2 one. And I played the $27 one, and I won $135. Nice. You know what? I won $135 just watching some football.
There you go. And it makes it more fun watching football games.
You're gonna have fantasy picks. You're gonna play fantasy football. Why don't you do it weekly? Risk it. $27. You're gonna waste $27 something else.
Yeah, just don't go to Applebee's for 1 week, for 1 day. That's it.
That's it.
Skip 1 week of Applebee's free.
And just eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah,
they're delicious and nutritious.
Exactly. All right.
But what else? And next week in DraftKings is the $2.2 million guaranteed prize pool. And that pretty much will give.
We have to do extra homework for this one.
Yeah, no, I'm calling the coaches. I'm going. I already took off work just so I could go to the practices, talk to the trainers, see how they're feeling.
Yeah,
I want it all.
Inside scoops, how's that hamstring going?
There's 92,000 spots open for it. There's already 5,300 people in it. $27 to join. First place wins $1 million. Multiple entries.
Now you could retire.
Well, yeah, now you win this. Now you can retire.
Well, somebody's gonna win it.
Someone's gonna win it.
There's no if you could win it. There's somebody who's winning it.
Yeah. You know what? Hopefully it's me.
Let me tell you something. If that's you, yes. Then
I'll buy you a beer.
All right, thanks. Well, I'm picking the same team as you, so we're definitely splitting it.
I'm having a secret hidden team.
Secret hidden team. I see how it is. You see what happens? You see what happens?
I'm already doing homework for next week. I'm already looking at the future here.
Nice. Well, you're not gonna reveal your secret team to everybody.
Maybe.
All right. We'll
they
see.
They have to listen.
The secret team. All right. Well, I'll be playing the $2 one since I'm a little bitch.
You gotta just risk it.
Well, no. When it comes to hockey, I'll risk it because I know what the hell I'm talking about.
I'll pick your teams.
Yeah, yeah. But that's it really, and we'll come back next week. We'll go over our predictions and how they did, and see if we're eating shit or if we did good.
We'll do a little progress report on ourselves.
Yeah, we'll keep a track, just so we can brag about it. So we can brag.
Exactly. I want to brag. I know my team's going to do
Proof is
well.
in the pudding, right? So.
And I love pudding.
Anyways, thanks
And
for
then
listening.
as the show goes on, I think we could expand into maybe possibly doing like weekly picks with spreads, so people could play some parlays in the old casinos. Go crazy gambling, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Go. Fuck it.
We are not sponsors of 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah.
You can gamble.
Do it. Do it.
But if you win, just send a little here. Send a little here. Don't forget who,
Don't forget.
who helped you out.
Yeah, Papa Bear and Maximus. All right. Don't forget us. All right.
We'll put a link of our PayPal on the.
Yeah. Donations are welcome. All right. So we're gonna close the shop down. We're a little bit over 30 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. But thanks for listening and good fucking luck.
Nice.